berry shades on olive skin. 100% yes. Hi guys, it's Lexi. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing this very fun berry look, but it's going to be perfectly suited for those of us with a neutral olive skin tone. So I love how this look came out. I loved creating this tutorial, so I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. Let's get right into it. I first like to go in and prep the skin. Most important part. So I usually take an essence of some sort, a light milky toner. I like to keep my skincare pretty lightweight, and I just apply this all over the face. You also can't forget our lip prep. So I'm going in with the Rhode Peptide Lip Boost. Then we can move on to brows. So for brows, I like to take a brow pencil first. And what I like to do here is brush the brow hairs up and over. And I like to just make sure these are all combed through and all of that. And then I will take the actual brow pencil itself. I like to opt for something that has this nano tip. I think it really nicely fills in the brows, gives really nice hair-like strokes. And I will just start to apply this to where I have any sparseness. Typically for me, that's on the edges of my brows. So just go in and fill those in. I think Morphe makes incredible brow products. I've been using them for so long. If you're looking for a really good affordable brow product, highly recommend the Morphe. Then once that's applied, I will brush through the brows and make sure everything is nice and distributed through, just like so. Then I like to go in with a brow gel. This one is tinted, and the reason I like the tinted version is because it fills in the brows a little bit further, but the tint is very sheer. So I actually honestly usually just go in with this on the day-to-day. I think this does a really nice job of not only holding the brow, but filling the sparseness in as well. I just brush this through as well. I love this. This is one of my favorite brow gels ever. Now what I'm going to do is spot conceal. So I want any blemishes or discoloration to be concealed before I go in with the rest of my products. So I'm going to apply this on any blemishes or any discoloration that I might have. This is going to give us a nice even skin base, skin tone to start with. Now that that's been sitting for a minute, I'm going to go in and tap these out. This doesn't have to be a perfect blend because we are going over it with foundation. But I just want to lightly tap these out. You don't want to pick up too much of that product though. You want to keep that coverage. That's why we let it sit, so that the product got a little bit tackier. It gives us a little bit more coverage because we want coverage on the areas that we don't want to see, right? So let it sit for a little bit. Now for the base, what I've been loving doing is mixing the Milani Skin Tint Stick with the Rhode Highlight Milk. Honestly, I've been loving mixing this into everything. It gives a really pretty, fresh, dewy finish to the skin. It looks so good. So good. I did not expect to like this much. I don't prefer this by itself, like as a skincare product. I like mixing it into things. Going to apply this to the back of the hand, just like so. And then I'm going to drop about 2 little drops on the back of my hand and mix this around. This is going to give us a really pretty skin tint. I'm going to start at the center of the face and bring this outward. Do you see that glow? It's so good. I love it. I love it. And I like to work in light layers, so if I need more, I'm just going to repeat that process, applying to the back of my hand, adding the highlight milk, mixing, and going back in. And it's also so lightweight, which makes it really, really nice for the summertime. And this Skin Tint Stick shade is really good for me, and I am a neutral olive, so I use shade 7 if you're interested, or you're similar to my skin tone. Okay, so I pretty much have run out of product, so I'm going to need a little bit more. Just repeat that process. Just mix these together. Okay, now that we have that, I'm also avoiding the under eye area because I don't want to layer too much product there. We're going to place concealer there. I'm going to take some bronzer and I'm going to keep this very light. I don't want to turn orange, although this shade is pretty good for me. I think it definitely leans a little bit warmer because it is a bronzer, but it's not orange on me. So that's good. This is shade Sunbed from Rhode. Picking some of that up on that same brush, multi-use, tapping off the excess on the back of my hand, and I'm going to place this on the high points of the cheek, also going on the sides of the forehead. This is just going to warm up our skin so that we have a little bit of that sun-kissed warmth. I like to keep my bronzer pretty much on the sides of my forehead, and then whatever's left I'll kind of just add a little bit to the middle, but I really just like to keep it on the sides to kind of narrow the face. And whatever's left I'll take sides of the nose. Now before I go in with concealer, I am going to add a little bit of an under eye brightener. This is going right in the inner corner of the under eye. This is just going to give us a little bit more of that awake looking under eye, which I need right now. Then once we have that, we can go in with our concealer. I'm taking the Kosas concealer. Going to apply this in the inner corner and the outer corner, my usual spots. I like to keep my concealer pretty light. I like to blend in place and then work it towards that outer edge because I feel like this gives the least amount of creasing. Obviously some creasing is inevitable, but I find that this way diminishes it a little bit. What's everyone watching right now? I need a new show. So I had started I Will Find You, and I like it, but my husband is not a fan. He thinks the acting's bad. He thinks the acting's bad, and I think it's good. I'm on the edge of my seat. Then I'm going back over the edges with that bronzer brush just so that I don't have any harsh lines. For blush, I've been loving this Versed Everything Balm. This one's in the shade Canyon. I love it. I love the formula. I love everything about this. It kind of acts like a bronzer in a way. It's so good. Picking up some of that on a brush, applying this to the high points of the cheek. Love this shade. Oh, I probably put a little bit too much there. That's okay. And I'm going to bring that onto the apples and over the nose. The shade is so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna call it good there because I am getting out of control now. I think I'm gonna add some berry blush on top. Why not? Ooh, there's a hair on here. Cat hair. Cat hairs get into everything I own, but I love them so much. They're my babies. Okay, so I'm going to add some berry blush. Why not? A little bit. I'm using a very light hand here because this is pigmented. I just want the essence of a berry. I don't want to overberry. Beautiful. I love it. Okay, time for that powder. I'm going in with the Versed setting powder. I notice I'm using a lot of Versed products. I don't mean to. It's just maybe good products. Picking some of that up on a puff. Going to go right underneath the eye and then around the T-zone as well, where I get a little bit more oily throughout the day. I love this powder. It does have a sheen to it, but it's blurring. It's very interesting. It's very good powder. And I like to take a brush for the forehead. I'm actually also using this One Size powder because I just want a little bit more of a matte finish in some areas, and using a brush distributes a little bit less product. So if you have more fine lines or wrinkles, set with a brush instead of a puff. Then I'm going to take some powder blush and set the cream blush in place. I'm going to go right on top of where we placed that. I'm also going to bring a little bit of this onto the cheek, the apples, and the nose. I love this blush. It's so blurring on the skin. It's very pretty. I want more of this to be focused on those apples. Berries are so complimentary for our skin tone. So I think berry blush is perfect for this look. And then I'm going to take a lip liner and just add some faux freckles. I really like how this looks in the summer. I think it gives a really fresh look. And I like to focus most of these in the middle of the face, but then bring some out towards the cheek. We won't leave them looking that crazy. We go over these with a little bit of a powder puff. Okay, eyes, we are going to set down with some concealer just to get rid of any discoloration. This is really helpful in reducing creasing as well. So if you have hooded eyes, this is a really good step. This acts as an eyeshadow primer. I love this shade. The shade is going to look so good on us, okay? So good. Try it. It's very pretty. This is the shade Courant Mood from e.l.f. This is their liquid shadow. We're going to apply this onto the eyelid, just like so. Take a medium blending brush and start to diffuse this out. I like to work one at a time with cream shadows just because they dry down a little bit quicker, but you do have time to work with these. I really like the e.l.f. eyeshadows. How pretty is this shade? I love it. I love it. And we're also going to take that underneath the eye as well. I love running shadow underneath the eye. I think it really does amplify the eye look. So pretty. Gives just a little bit more smokiness to it. Then we're going to take a black eyeliner and keep this very close to the top lash line. Just line the lid. Then we're going in with some black mascara. I think black just really nicely enhances brown eyes, so I always opt for black. Then I'm going in with that same black eyeliner and I'm adding this to the tight line and the waterline. For lips, I went in with the Hourglass lip liner in the shade Candid. I love this shade. Then I went in with one of my favorite lipstick formulas of all time, the Merit Signature Lip Blush. Then I'm just taking a little finishing powder and dusting this on the high points of the cheek. Just dusting this all over the high points of the face. A little bit of a hydrating spray. And that's the completed makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I enjoyed making it, and let me know what else you want to see. I think this type of makeup is very complimentary. I know sometimes berry shades can be a little intimidating because sometimes they are brighter and a little bit more pigmented, but I think they flatter olive tones so well. So thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate you all, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.